Diego Costa has scored 4 goals in 7 matches against Arsenal. Manager Arsene Wenger will not be given a last chance to lift silverware with Arsenal after they were beaten 2-1 on aggregate by Atletico Madrid in the Europa League semi-final. With the score 1-1 from the first leg, former Chelsea striker Diego Costa returned to the Atletico side to haunt the Gunners again, and it was his composed chip on the brink of half-time which ended their European hopes. Antoine Griezmann slipped the crucial pass through to Costa after coming close with a powerful strike from a tight angle. Arsenal were crestfallen going into the break but almost responded within minutes of the restart when Aaron Ramsey found himself through on goal. His touch let him down and the chance was wasted, as were a number of opportunities for the visitors throughout the second half. A bad night was made worse for Arsenal when captain Laurent Koscielny was carried off with an Achilles injury, which may rule the Frenchman out of this summer's World Cup. Two-time champions Atletico will now face Marseille in their 3rd Europa League final in 8 years, in line on the 16th of May. Defeat for Arsenal means they will miss out on Champions League football for the 2nd straight season. Wenger, who will leave the Gunners at the end of the season after 22 years in charge, has never won a European trophy with the club. Return of an old demon Diego Costa and Shokran Mustafi clashed in the second half and were both booked by referee Gianluca Rocchi. There was a sense of inevitability when Costa's chipped effort hit the back of the net. The Spaniard caused the Gunners many problems during his time at Chelsea, most notably in September 2015 when he was involved in the sending off of 2 Arsenal players. He was a threat from the off in Madrid, shrugging off a weak challenge from Nacho Monreal to create an opening which he should have buried. Costa lacked composure in his first attempt, lashing the ball over the bar, but produced the goods later in the half. His link-up play with Griezmann was a threat throughout and Arsenal was susceptible on the counter-attack as they pushed for a goal in the second half. Costa came close to turning provider for his strike partner but Callum Chambers was on hand to block Griezmann's effort. He was typically feisty too, getting into a spat with Shokran Mustafi and receiving a yellow card for it. But Arsenal were ultimately made to suffer for their missed chances and conceding a late away goal in the first leg, having played against 10 men for 18 minutes at the Emirates and only scoring once from 28 shots in a game they totally dominated. In Madrid, Alexandre Lacazette hesitated when he was played in by Aaron Ramsey in the first half and Monreal's poor control let him down shortly afterwards. Granit Xhaka's long-range effort was palmed away by Jan Oblak and Henrique Mkhitaryan's volley skimmed the top netting. Diego Godin blocked everything that came his way, as Mesut Ozil, Ramsey and Hector Bellerin failed to find a breakthrough from wide positions. Arsenal's results in the 2017-18 Europa League: Arsenal 3-1 Cologne, Group Stages Bate Borisov 2-4 Arsenal, Group Stages Red Star Belgrade 0-1 Arsenal, Group Stages Arsenal 0-0 Red Star Belgrade, Group Stages Cologne 1-0 Arsenal, Group Stages Arsenal 6-0 Bate Borisov, Group Stages Ostersund FK 0-3 Arsenal, last 32 first leg Arsenal 1-2 Ostersund FK, last 32 seconds leg AC Milan 0-2 Arsenal, last 16 first leg Arsenal 3-1 AC Milan, last 16 seconds leg Arsenal 4-1 CSKA Moscow, quarter-final first leg CSKA Moscow 2-2 Arsenal, quarter-final second leg Arsenal 1-1 Atletico Madrid, semi-final first leg Atletico Madrid 1-0 Arsenal, semi-final second leg. Wenger's love story won't have fairy tale ending. Wenger said he wanted to finish his love story with Arsenal well before the second leg, but he has been denied the fairy tale ending he so craved after losing his 250th European game in charge of Arsenal. Despite winning 3 Premier League titles and 7 FA Cups with the Gunners, he has only reached 2 European finals in 21 seasons of continental competition with the Gunners. They lost to Galatasaray on penalties in the 2000 UEFA Cup final and were beaten 2-1 by Barcelona in the 2006 Champions League final. The Frenchman will end his Arsenal tenure at Huddersfield in the final league game of the season on the 13th of May. Players surrounded Arsenal captain Laurent Koscielny, who went down in visible agony under no-contact Atletico defense, stands firm. The best of the stats: Atletico Madrid have qualified for the final of the Europa League for the third time, a joint high alongside Sevilla, and they have gone on to win the competition in each of their previous two final appearances, in 2009 10ths and 2011 12ths. Diego Simeone's side have now reached the final of a major European competition in 3 of the past 5 campaigns, previously the Champions League in 2013-14 and 2015-16. After progressing from their first 6 semi-final ties in European competition, Arsenal have now been eliminated in each of the last 2. Also 2008-09 v Manchester United in the Champions League. Diego Costa has scored 4 goals in 7 appearances against Arsenal in all competitions, including netting in each of his past 2 games against them. This was just the second time in their past 18 European away games that Arsenal have failed to score, with the other occasion being at Cologne last November, 0-1. The Gunners haven't kept a clean sheet in any of their past 8 games in all competitions, their longest run without one since December 2016, a run of 12 games. For Atletico, this was their 32nd clean sheet of the season in all competitions, the most of any team in the top 5 European leagues. Man of the match: Antoine Griezmann has never won a European title, but he was top scorer at the European Championships with France in 2016. What's next? Arsenal host Burnley in the Premier League on Sunday in Wenger's final home game, 16:30 BST. Atletico Madrid also return to league action on Sunday when they welcome Espanyol, 15:15 BST.